But I heard from a little birdie that Ken and Gypsy aren't following each other anymore on social media platforms. Grace brought this to my attention and I didn't think about it. What if that "you'd have to be crazy not to take me back" is meant for Ken? I haven't heard anyone talk about that.
Just checking. I just want to make sure Ken is good, after his woman is sitting here running amok all over TikTok, bringing out Candy and Ruby and Demona and acting all messy and being some, what is she, 7, 8 months pregnant now with a baby, acting all like, oh-ish? Just saying. Not really thinking about the embarrassment it's going to cause her man.
I mean, it's plausible. I mean, if they are really hitting bumpy roads right now, it's definitely plausible. Also, like if they were fighting or something, I mean, I can see that happening.
I do think that Ken will eventually grow old of it, and when mood swings comes along and she's not able to control it, and if she starts feeling like he's leaving, whenever it's a threat, and then that's when we can kind of start getting into what is she capable of? If things don't go her way, what is she exactly capable of?
Let's dive into this situation because Gypsy Rose and Ken's relationship has been a non-stop roller coaster, and if we're being real, things don't look promising. Their on-again, off-again saga has hit a new low, and it seems Ken has finally had enough. His silence amidst the ongoing drama speaks volumes. Meanwhile, Gypsy has been busy responding to rumors, clapping back at critics, and, let's be honest, stirring the pot with everything from questionable paternity tests to unresolved feelings for her ex and awkward public exchanges. This situation is complex, so let's break it all down, no detail left out, no rumor overlooked.
But here you are talking about people would be crazy not to take you back. Oh, she's so cute. People were crazy to take her in the first place. I'm just saying. People were a little off to go shopping in prison for a wife. So they'd be extra special if they took you back. I'm just saying, there's that.
First, let's address the paternity test Gypsy shared online. If you've been keeping up, this test was supposed to end all speculation by confirming that Ken is undoubtedly the father of Gypsy's baby. The results showed a 99.9% probability, which should have been reassuring. However, the internet quickly scrutinized every detail and found reasons to doubt the document. The report Gypsy shared didn't match the format displayed on the DNA Diagnostic Center (DDC) website, which is the company that supposedly conducted the test. It turns out the test wasn't done by DDC but by a different lab, Fastest Labs, based in Louisiana.
Gypsy has been confirmed as being part of a person who completes medical fraud. Do you think we should believe her paternity results? And the court should mandate one through the court system and not allow her to submit her do-at-home, privately paid for, funded DNA test. I mean, God help Brian if the baby isn't his, because that'll save that man some grace and let him move on. And Gypsy and Ken, they just a hot mess anyway.
To support her claim, Gypsy even posted an email from Fastest Labs, complete with the company's contact information, to validate the test. But despite her efforts, many people remained skeptical. They pointed out inconsistencies in the report's format, questioned why the test wasn't handled by a more recognized lab, and some even suggested that the whole thing could be a setup. While none of this necessarily proves anything, you can imagine Ken's perspective already uncertain about the situation. Seeing the internet flood with rumors about fake tests and forged documents likely didn't help his confidence.
Yep, I'm gonna need you to tell the truth. Is it mine and Ryan's or not? Who's gonna answer this? We're gonna throw a damn party. We were gonna have birthday cake and everything. I knew No Job Ken was really not convinced because you know what? Don't tell me that baby's man's. That's real fine. It is real fine. If the baby's ours, that's fine too, okay? We weren't ready. We're still not ready. We don't know which way to just go and go because really all up in the air at this point.
Ken's reaction, or lack thereof, might be the most revealing part of all this. Since Gypsy shared the test results, Ken has been completely silent. No live videos, no Instagram updates, no comments addressing the rumors, nothing. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. Now, let's switch gears and discuss Ryan, Gypsy's ex, who seems to play a pivotal role in all of this. Although Gypsy is supposed to be focused on her relationship with Ken, she can't seem to let go of Ryan. Honestly, this could be one of the biggest red flags in her relationship with Ken. How can you move forward with someone new when you're still hung up on your ex?
Ryan don't want you back, baby. He ain't want you back, sweetheart. Really ain't all that in a bag of chips. And you're just mad that Ryan accidentally ended up with a psychopath like you, and then now he sees what the real world is fun and full of life that you sucked out from him. The hell no! You have no job, Ken. Don't be mad that your old 10-foot pole has a jab and he don't want you back.
Recently, Gypsy went live to call out Ryan, accusing him of disrespecting her and her baby. She claimed Ryan was being petty by posting videos of himself dancing with other women, but from an outsider's view, Ryan appeared to be simply enjoying his life. Yet, Gypsy found a way to make it about her, which likely didn't sit well with Ken.
For me, it's kind of like, don't sit there and then constantly be like, she's my wife, I can talk about her all I want. She's my wife, she's my wife, she's my wife. Well, looking at that video, that's my husband. That's my husband. My husband. We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married. What I'm saying is two wrongs don't make a right. So, with that being said, this is the last time I'm talking about him on social media.
Things got even stranger when Gypsy deleted a video where she appeared to mimic Ryan's voice, saying, "I know I'm a bad girl, but you'd have to be crazy to take me back. If Ken saw or even heard about this, one can only imagine how he felt." It's one thing to have unresolved feelings for an ex, but it's another to publicly display those feelings in a way that's so blatantly disrespectful to your current partner. This isn't the first time Gypsy's behavior has raised questions. Her ongoing issues with Ryan have been a recurring theme in her relationship with Ken, and it's hard not to wonder if Ken has finally reached his breaking point.
Yes, Gypsy really doesn't think about anybody but herself, so there's that. But yeah, just wanted to check, make sure he was all good, because again, most men would be embarrassed if their woman was running all over social media, acting a fool. And with her history with all of these role-playing characters and her history with, well, you know her history. Yeah. Sorry, Ken. Just saying.
Now, let's discuss their public appearances, because if you're looking for signs of a happy, stable relationship, you're out of luck. Remember when Gypsy and Ken were seen at Universal Studios Hollywood? What should have been a fun, romantic outing ended up looking like two people barely tolerating each other. Ken seemed emotionally checked out and the whole outing felt staged. Unfortunately, this wasn't an isolated incident. Take their trip to San Francisco, for instance. Gypsy was there to speak on prison reform at a university, and you'd expect Ken to show support. Instead, he reportedly walked so far ahead of her that people mistook him for security or even her brother. When people can't even tell you're a couple, that's definitely not a positive sign.
She was here. The whole town is talking about it. And get this. Apparently, normal people who are not chronically online don't know about her, so they don't know who Ken is. And so the valet people and the people that work at where she was staying literally thought Ken was her security guard. He was walking so far ahead of her. Even people who don't know anything about her were like, there was no chemistry, there was no affection, there was nothing. One person I talked to even thought he was her brother. Now that's embarrassing.
And if that wasn't awkward enough, things only got more uncomfortable at the airport when Gypsy decided to go live on Instagram. Ken looked visibly annoyed, even calling her out for arriving too early. During a TMZ interview at the same airport, Ken turned his back to the camera as if to say, "I don't want any part of this." Then there's their infamous New Year's Eve podcast appearance, where Gypsy repeatedly said she didn't want Ken to feel stuck or obligated to marry her because of the pregnancy. While that might sound considerate, it raises questions. Why would she even feel the need to say that unless Ken had already expressed hesitation? It almost felt like she was trying to guilt him into staying, knowing the public would sympathize with her if he left.
I can tell you from personal experience, if it's not there from the start, it's never going to be there. At least that's how it was for me. So it is something that you do have to prioritize your own happiness. Regardless, y'all can still co-parent and be good parents at that. But to try and make yourself happy with someone that you're not in love with in that way. I did not realize how much attraction matters in a relationship.
Shortly after, the two went live to dispel separation rumors. Yet the very next day, TMZ reported they were getting a paternity test. Coincidence? Probably not. Here's the hard truth: Ken has been signaling red flags for a while, and it seems he's been emotionally detached from the relationship for some time. The pregnancy might be the only thing keeping him around, but even that might not be enough, especially with Gypsy's recent behavior. From obsessing over her ex to feeding rumors, she's making it harder and harder for Ken to stay. Honestly, who could blame him if he decided to walk away? Let's keep unpacking this, because the story only seems to get messier. As their relationship continues to unravel in front of the world, more questions come to light. Fans are left wondering if Gypsy and Ken ever truly connected on a deep level, or if this entire relationship was bound to fall apart from the start. With every new public mishap, it becomes increasingly clear that they might not be on the same page about what they want or expect from each other. One recent incident only adds fuel to the fire. During a live video, Gypsy hinted at feeling unsupported in her journey, subtly implying that Ken wasn't offering the emotional stability she needed. She even mentioned, somewhat cryptically, how relationships require both people to be all in, leaving fans speculating if she was talking about her own relationship struggles. Meanwhile, Ken's silence in response to all these hints and indirect comments only amplifies the sense that he's no longer invested. Then there's the matter of Gypsy's ongoing drama with her family, which adds yet another layer of tension. In recent weeks, she's spoken openly about unresolved issues and strained relationships with certain family members. She's even hinted that these issues have impacted her and Ken's relationship, making it harder for them to stay on solid ground. And Ken, who reportedly has a more private nature, doesn't seem thrilled with the constant family drama being aired publicly. The lack of alignment on this issue alone is causing a visible rift. On top of that, rumors about Ken's own family not fully approving of Gypsy have started to surface. Allegedly, Ken's family has expressed concern over the paternity test drama and the publicized conflicts with Gypsy's ex, and they're worried about how these situations might reflect on Ken. If these rumors are true, it could mean that Ken is feeling pressure from all sides, not only trying to manage a rocky relationship with Gypsy, but also dealing with the doubts and concerns from his own family. And let's talk about the elephant in the room: Gypsy's pattern of stirring up drama online. She's known for her active social media presence, but lately, her posts have raised more eyebrows than support. Many fans feel that instead of addressing issues privately, she's bringing everything to social media, fueling speculation and giving critics more ammunition. This constant need to set the record straight and respond to every rumor is not only exhausting but also possibly driving Ken further away. The most recent bombshell? Gypsy hinted that she might be releasing a tell-all memoir that will set the record straight once and for all. This announcement has sparked a wave of reactions online, with people both excited and skeptical about what she might reveal. If this memoir goes forward, it could be the final straw for Ken, who seems to prefer a quieter, more private life. And if it contains any personal information about their relationship struggles, it could create irreversible damage between them. So where do things stand now? From Ken's apparent withdrawal to Gypsy's ongoing quest to control the narrative, it feels like we're watching a relationship in its last act. While Gypsy seems determined to keep fighting for the relationship, Ken's silence continues to suggest he may have already moved on emotionally. With so much hanging in the balance, the question remains: will Gypsy and Ken be able to overcome these challenges, or is this the end of the road? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: fans will be watching closely to see what unfolds next. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates. Stay tuned, and as always, peace out. So where does this leave things? At this point, it feels like their relationship is hanging by a thread. Ken's silence speaks volumes, and Gypsy's attempts to control the narrative aren't helping her case. Whether they'll manage to work through this drama remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the internet will be watching every step of the way. What do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for Gypsy and Ken, or is there still hope for a turnaround? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Peace out.